One example is how we acted when we entered into Japan a couple of years ago. Japan has the strictest rules on formaldehyde emissions in furniture in the world. The level allowed is almost zero emissions from wood-based furniture, and this level is half of the levels allowed in Europe. Triggered by this, we initiated a project to find ways to produce wood-based products at this new lower level at a cost level similar to what we had at the time. Initial estimations were a 20% higher cost than the old level. Today, we have found a solution with a marginal price premium, and we are now making this the new IKEA standard for our furniture production. This emission level is half of the minimum legislation in European countries. And we are convinced that in the near future, this will be the new norm for the furniture industry. Other examples of actions in this field in the past few years is the introduction of water-based and UV-based lacquers as the norm of IKEA products. Since many years, IKEA permits the use of PVC only in electrical leads, and freons have not been used to make our products since 1992. No optical brighteners are used in the IKEA quilts and pillows, and all drinking glasses sold at IKEA are lead-free. Today, 71% of all materials used in IKEA products are renewable. 84% of all waste in our stores are recycled, reclaimed, or used in energy production. Wood is, as you all understand, one of the most important raw materials for IKEA. And therefore, a lot of the work has been invested into improving sustainability requirements for the use of wood in IKEA products. Our long-term goal is to source all wood used in our products from forestry certified as responsibly managed. Today, FSC is the only forest certification standard supported by IKEA. To set the foundation for certified supply chains, IKEA works with forestry requirements that are relevant for all wood suppliers. These requirements include basic startup conditions, such as transparency in the wood supply chain, to forest management criteria that require that no wood from intact natural forests enter IKEA products. The IKEA auditing system for our suppliers, performed by our forestry specialists, is complemented by a third-party auditing program. Increasing the amount of certified wood has been one of the areas that have proven more difficult than we thought. We have since 6 years now worked with a number of projects together with WWF to improve forest management and combat illegal logging in our key wood sourcing countries like Russia, China, Bulgaria, Romania, and Vietnam. The result so far is that 94% of suppliers meet our forestry requirements, but only a very limited number are certified as responsibly managed. A new forestry plan for 2010 to 2012 has just been approved by the board, where with stronger actions, our intention is to increase certified volume substantially in IKEA products. We will start with certifying IKEA's own forest leases and all factories and leases of our own manufacturing company, Swedwood. We will also run direct certification projects at select IKEA suppliers to ensure that we invest in a sustainable wood supply for the today and for the future. Another area of increasing importance is how we can limit the use of raw material in our production. Inside IKEA, we often talk about ourselves as being a production-oriented rather than a market-oriented company. To understand the conditions of production and transportation has always been at the core of IKEA's product development and product design. To start this process already at the drawing table is one of the key success factors to achieving our low prices, and consequently it also contributes favorably to raw material and production effectiveness. For instance, no furniture products will be taken into the range unless they can be flat packed and adapted to our Euro pallet size. As an example, 1 truck of flatback chairs corresponds to 6 trucks of ready assembled chairs. Products are designed to maximize the use of raw material and to optimize the means of production. For example, we try, where possible, to optimize the production chain, meaning that we build sawmills close to the forest where we get the logs, and then put furniture production facilities close to the sawmills, preferably different furniture production units that can use different quality parts of the log. Thereby we can maximize the use of the raw material and minimize transporting during the production process. We are continuously developing new production techniques and designs to decrease the use of raw material. One example is the so-called board-on-frame technique, where IKEA is heading the development. This is a technique where a core of stiff card is sandwiched between thin sheets of wood. This and similar techniques will, I believe, make up most, if not all, of our furniture products in the future. I would not be surprised if solid wood is phased out of our range altogether in a number of years and substituted by furniture look-alike techniques like board-on-frame. These are some examples of what we do within the area of products and materials. Suppliers. Now I would like to move on and talk about what we do to improve conditions at our suppliers. This is probably the area where we have invested most time and money in the last few years. In year 2000, we established our Code of Conduct, IWay, that specifies the minimum requirements we place on suppliers and describe what they can expect from us in return. IWay requirements include compliance with national legislation, no forced or child labor, no discrimination, payment of at least the minimum wage and compensation of overtime, a safe and healthy working environment, responsibility for waste, emissions, and the handling of chemicals. The checklist of around 90 questions is used by our 80 auditors at our 1,300 suppliers worldwide. The auditors help set up action plans and find solutions when there is non-compliance and conduct follow-up visits to review progress. To date, more than 100,000 deviations have been registered, of which the majority is corrected. On global level, we have a compliance and monitoring group who is responsible for calibrating judgment levels and ensuring that the same audit criteria are followed worldwide. And on top of that, third-party auditors such as KPMG and PricewaterhouseCoopers participate to verify IKEA working methods and audit results. More than 1,000 audits per year are done. Average IWay fulfillment for all IKEA is 93%, but we have some areas of concern that are proven very difficult to deal with. Primarily, the area of concern is working conditions at our suppliers in China. China is our most important sourcing country, with 21% of all our sourcing. Correct information is often difficult to get from our suppliers. Legislation is not implemented properly and is being inadequately policed by the authorities. Various ways of improving the situation has been tried over the years, however without much success. By prioritizing harder, by sharpening the consequences of non-adherence, and by increasing the understanding of the reaction from customers and media in the West, we are now seeing some good progress. However, we still have a long way to go before we have reached an acceptable level. One of the most important aspects of IWay, now I have something wrong with my pictures here, I think I'll keep it here. One of the most important aspects of IWay is the prevention of child labor at our suppliers and their subcontractors.